Hello, my name's Mrs. Broadribb and I teach geography at Wilden School. So this is for my students taking AQA GCSE Geography and anybody else out there across the UK who'll be following the same GCSE course. Now, today's podcast is all about the causes of flooding, and I am recording this on Friday the 22nd of January 2021, having seen last night some of the devastating news articles and the images coming from the flooding due to Storm Christoph with a C. That's really affected northern England in particular, Manchester and Cheshire. So with rivers obviously bursting their banks, overflowing onto the floodplains, and then settlements being inundated with water. People's homes, people's businesses sadly being flooded and damaged. So today let's focus on the causes of those flooding, because Storm Christoph is a perfect example. Sometimes there are natural effects like a storm event. One of the last big ones was in 2015, Storm Desmond, hitting some of the same areas which have been affected by Storm Christoph today. So we have intense rain, lots of rain over a short period of time. So we can have things, we also call them flash floods. So here we've got two physical causes. We've got a storm event like Storm Christoph, January 2021, or we can have a flash flood, a lot of rain in a short period of time. Now, for all the wilderness out there, for my amazing classes, we're going to study Boscastle. Sounds a little while ago, 2004. It's a little village based in Cornwall, northern Cornwall, but they had a whole month's worth of rain in 2 hours. So that's an example of a flash flood. We also can have things like snowmelt as physical causes. You get heavy snow on the highlands, then we bring some warmer weather melting that snow. That will then obviously trickle, that will go into all the rivers, into the streams, and then end up flooding and overtopping the banks. So we have got quite a few physical causes. We can have that the ground is too saturated, there's been too much rain. So if you've been out and about having your walks and you live around the Southampton area where Wilden is based, so all my students out there, you'll notice how soggy our ground is. There are loads of boggy puddles. I went out for a walk, nearly got my welly boots stuck in the mud. It was pretty scary, to be fair. So that shows you the ground is saturated. There can be no further infiltration. So that again is an example of why we have flooding and what causes flooding. But it's not just physical causes. There are some human causes. We are responsible. So the biggest one is the fact of our settlement building. We build these settlements. We have concrete, we have tarmac, we have roofs and highly efficient drains. And what happens is the water is returned really quickly back to the river. So that will increase the river discharge. The river discharge is the amount of water in a river. So that will increase the river discharge and the likelihood that it will burst its bank. Also, so we have these highly impermeable surfaces like this concrete, like the tarmac. So just look outside your window at the moment. Think about it. You've probably got a patio. If you've got a driveway with block paving, again, all these surfaces are impermeable. There's going to be runoff rather than infiltration, which is what we want. We want the rainwater soaking through the soil. We want that happening. We want it actually even percolating further. We want it actually infiltrating in. But another big cause is poor management. Sometimes, these flood events happen and can be made worse, and people's homes, inundated with water because we don't have good flood defences. We've got poor management. We haven't actually looked after, we haven't built any decent flood defences. Now, to my class, you're going to be studying the Boscastle flood. So thank you for listening to this now. We're going to go on to look at in specific detail which of those physical and human causes actually led to the Boscastle flooding. So you're going to go off and do that. To any other geographers out there, I hope this start was useful, going over the main physical and human causes. Please follow. If you're on Spotify or you're perhaps listening to this on Apple Podcasts, do follow, because I shall be back next week with more information on the Rivers unit of AQA GCSE Geography. Bye for now, take care everybody and stay safe.